Hi and welcome to my next video where I wanted to look at the Pyrosure modules. Really again just comparing to Fire 1 because you as our crew, that's what you're used to using. I suppose really on a practical sense when it comes to wiring igniters from the rails there's very little difference. You've got a module just like you have with Fire 1. This module fires 24 Qs, Fire 1 as you know was 32. It's a standalone module, the rails are separate. I say rails as in plural because out of this comes 3 rails, 3 times 8 for 24, rather than 1 rail that we would normally use, for instance, on the Fire 1. I suppose the important thing to note is on the back here is the connections out for each rail. It's effectively connected out in pairs because A and B goes to one rail, C and D to another, E and F to another. I'll come back to the lettering in a minute because that's quite important. Here are the rails, each one has 8 connections with 2 network connection ports. So this one would be A with 4 on it, this one would be B with 4 on it, the next rail would be C with 4, D with 4, and the third rail would be E with 4 and F with 4. 24 Q connections. It's just the way it's referenced on a label or on a script is slightly different to Fire 1. Fire 1 was very easy. Module number 1 to 32 pins. Well, Pyrosure is also very easy. It's module number the same. However, the pins are broken up into the letters as I've shown you on the back of the module, A through to F, and then pins 1 to 4 on each of those letters. So when we look at a script here, we can see this is how the lettering is done, referencing the item and the position that it's going in. The way the shows are designed on ShowSim will be no different. We'll be designing shows with positions, so 3 front positions, for example, left, centre and right, and shell positions at the back, maybe 1 shell position, or for a larger show 2 or 3 shell positions. The labels look slightly different. We're using the same labels, but it's just the way the letters and the numbers are laid out which is different. We've got the module number still is the first number, and then the second character and the third number, well, that's relative to the rail. So if it's A, it comes out of the A network cable and goes to A on one of the rails, and then the number after that, 1 to 4, well, that's the pin on the rail. The rail itself, if you can see that, because this is A and B, for instance, you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and on the other side 1, 2, 3 and 4. A little bit different, but in reality it's no different at all. So it's worth bearing that in mind when you're using the module. The other key bit of information about the module itself, well, the module's got some information actually on the screen, unlike Fire 1, which is quite helpful. So you've got the module number on the LCD readout. You've also got down here a symbol for whether it's connected to the wireless network or not. This is flashing at the minute because it's not. If it were, it would have a number of bars to show the strength, a bit like a mobile phone really. And then you've got a battery meter reading there as well. Just note on this one, I'll just come back to it, it's blank in this area here. That's because that's where it shows the continuity. That's a really neat feature about Pyrosure which we don't have on Fire 1. This particular module is connected up with its network cables at the back here. It's connected up to a test lighting panel, which is the same as having 24 igniters in. So if we look at the front of the panel there, you see it's got all of the letters and numbers. That's because there's currently continuity there. If we removed any of those either individually or pulled out a cable, then we'd lose individual Qs, or we'd lose a whole row of A, for example. We've got on these modules, and this is something we're going to do to all Galaxy Pyrosure modules, 6 different colours. Each colour is for each letter. So A is blue, B is green, C is orange, D is purple, E is red, and F is yellow. We're always going to stick to that. The logic behind the colouring is it's far easier in the field to get used to seeing the different colours which mean a specific letter, and over time you'll very quickly get used to what colour is what letter. I've made it so that the colours are in alphabetical order, following the alphabetical order of the ports at the back. Obviously that there isn't the right colours available to match A, B, C, D, E and F, so I've gone to the next best thing, which is blue, green, orange, purple, red and yellow. And there's no real reason for doing that other than over time it will visually become easier and quicker when you want to go to C4 to follow the orange cable to C. If it was all one colour, you'd have to sort of chase back the cable by holding it, and I think it's easier if we do that by colour. That's a quick overview of the modules. I'll show you in the next video how to look at the control panel and how the control panel interacts with the modules.